5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, good morning. Shaukat here from Brisbane. It is Easter Friday, a public holiday. So my family is in the background. Excuse any noise, please. We have the wonderful Mr. Parthiv Shah, who is generous with his time on a public holiday, all the way from the US. I'm guessing it's what, 7:47 p.m. there. Parthiv, welcome.
Yes, 7:47 p.m. Good evening and good morning, Australia.
So Parthiv Shah from elaunchers.com. Last time we spoke about man or mouse who should do your marketing. We agreed that, the low value tasks, 80% of it, the activities can be automated with the right marketing technology. And 20% should be the problem solving, understanding your customer, reaching out to your customer, building that trust, having meaningful content. That's where 20% should be spent on. So let the machine do the work. Now today we're going to go into the meats of it. People talk about websites. You'll find there are certain types of people. One type of person is they've had a website for 8 years, they spent 20 grand on it, and it's producing nothing. And they're naturally thinking, why should I waste more money on websites? I've just wasted a small fortune. Chances are it's a guy, the wife hates his guts. You wasted so much money. On another end, someone doesn't want to start a website because they're high income earners. They might be lawyers, barristers, high income dentists, so they don't have a website and they're making good money, $500,000, $250,000, even some of them $1 million, like real estate agents. So they're thinking, I don't need a website. Why should I care? Then you've got other people who start thinking about, there's so much to do. How am I supposed to put this together? What's all these things like on your slide? Fantastic. Blogging, web pages, social. I don't have time to do all of that. I'm a dentist. I've got to fix teeth. I'm a lawyer. I've got to do cases, appear in court. When am I going to do all this? And my staff, who normally does the marketing, they don't know anything about this. So and then you've got marketing technology companies saying, hey, we're going to solve world hunger, fork over money, and we'll fix everything. And so now they're trusting people, but they don't know who to trust. So what should they know? But when it comes to putting in a marketing technology, what is the minimum thing they need to know so that the marketing technology is an asset that produces income, but also builds business wealth and equity for themselves? A true asset. Go ahead, please. Let's talk about that.
Okay. So thank you for bringing up this topic. It's actually an excellent question. Can I take a little side trip before I answer your question? Can I tell you something else?
I'm sure it'll be relevant.
Oh, it is. So my coach / guru / advisor, one of them is Dr. Stephen Rulak. And Dr. Rulak is one of the most educated men I have known in my life. So Harvard MBA, Stanford PhD, Berkeley JD, 3 other postdoctoral, and it's just a privilege to be part of his family and have him in my family. And with him, I learned a lot. He brought me to Ryan Dice War Room. He was an advisor to Dan Kennedy when Dan Kennedy sold his IP to Bill Glazier. So the guy has been around, and he has been pushing me to apply for my doctorate. He wants me to get a doctorate. So I've been working on that concept, that project, for about a couple hundred days by now. And here's where the relevance comes in. If I'm accepted in a doctoral program, my dissertation is going to be on a subject called pixel estate. What is pixel estate? If you are... So here's the theory. Here is the foundation behind my doctoral theory. I believe that internet is a place. And that means it is built similarly to things, places that are built on Earth, right? That means it is built by humans, and it strongly resembles what we have on Earth. For example, there is system architecture, there is a cyber security, there is a design, there are website builders, there is a place called home page on your website. So there are a lot of similarities between real estate and pixel estate. So that means if this theory is true, every business owner who has even the slightest, most modest presence on the web is a pixel estate investor. If you're willing to agree with that theory and go along, then here is the hypothesis that I want to examine, research, and write about in my doctorate. I believe, or I have observed from what little I know, and Dr. Rulak agrees, that the companies who have made non-trivial investment in their pixel estate portfolio have done better than companies who have not. So especially for my constituency, people who I serve, physicians, dentists, attorneys, information first marketers, business to business, lead generation organizations, coaches, consultants, advisors, for them, if they don't invest adequate resources in pixel estate, it is detrimental to their business. And here's why. And I have a belief that says this: in today's day and age, road to your real estate, your brick and mortar presence, goes through your pixel estate. And people are going to judge you by what they see, feel, hear, and how it makes them feel. And if your pixel estate does not eloquently and adequately represent you, you might get dismissed before you are understood. And if you are not allowed to enter in their life, what you know doesn't matter, what you can do for them doesn't matter. So there is a real cost of having a neglected pixel estate portfolio. So you asked an interesting question. What is the first step? What can I do? What is the adequate infrastructure, right? So here's what I would like you to do if you're watching this video. You should take yourself out of your chair and put yourself in the shoes of your prospect. Go through the journey of becoming your prospect and your customer and a friend who is being referred to you, and experience your pixel estate. See what your pixel estate is showing, sharing, and representing, and what do you look like from view. Do you like what you see? Is this what you want to put your name on? What I find interesting is, I would go to a dentist, beautiful beautiful office. The guy makes $500,000 in take-home pay, $3 million in revenue. I mean, eloquent office, baby grand piano in the lobby, most expensive coffee machine in the lobby. There is you can smell the fresh baked cookies. It's like a genuinely beautiful, very welcoming ambience, very professional staff, very competent clinicians. And you go to their pixel estate, and the place looks like a refugee camp in Syria or Yemen. I mean, people are going to look at your pixel estate and decide whether or not they want to experience your real estate. So, for that reason, you got to at least be cognizant of what you got, what it makes you look like, and are you okay with the way you represent yourself in the pixel world? What do you think?
A few thoughts there. I think it's very important when we talk about pixel estate, and it's the right terminology. We invest a lot in our business. We, like you said, we beautify our offices. Everybody's polished shoes, looking like $1 million, but we don't realize that our pixel, our online reputation, is crucially important. And I'm a hypocrite, by saying this, by the way, because if you go check out my LinkedIn profile, it's not up to date. But you got me thinking. Sometimes the best advisors are the worst advice followers. Wouldn't you agree? So, one of my thoughts with pixel estate, a lot of people, now those who don't want to properly invest in their pixel estate, they'll think, oh, this is just digital stuff. It's not worth it. A 15-year-old kid can do all of this. But when we invest in real estate,
a 15-year-old kid can do it. Okay. I mean, frankly, everybody is a web strategist because everybody has a laptop and a keyboard. Okay. The real question is, what are you willing to put your name on? I mean, this is the dress that you're going to wear on your wedding. Who should make it?
Exactly. Is it some shop in China by what do you call these?
Here's a real
shop. No. Or someone who's actually more.
Yeah, but they're all professionals. Let's not be disrespectful to them.
I'm being direct about it because these are low-income paid people. They're clearly not trained. I mean, low-income people product, right? So do you want someone who's trained in who's in a pet shop, or someone who's truly an artist, someone who's invested in themselves? They're engineers. They're more engineers than anything else. So it's a question that, do you want Tom, Dick, and Harry to do it, or proper engineer? Would you put your personal brand? In whose hand would you put your personal brand in? But so one of the examples Dan Kennedy talks about is when people buy real estate, they spend a lot of money for an 8% return. But when it comes to investing in their marketing, they cheap out. Yet marketing would help them build more. Yet the right marketing with the right advice will give them so much more return, better return, and you and I agree to that, than just real estate where you have no control over. They'll invest a fortune in chasing the next unicorn in private investments or stocks or public stocks. Again, so pixel estate is the right word. Number one, it is assets, but it's up to them. If they put up a tent, don't expect it to be worth $1 million.
Exactly.
It's got to be robust, right?
Okay, so now let me move on to your next question. What is a minimum viable product? What must you have? And I think I'm going to ask a different question before I get to the minimum viable product. Is that okay?
Yep.
And what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave the scene for about 30 seconds. I need to turn the light on. It is now 8:03 and you won't be able to see me soon. So before I get into the next argument, just wait up for about 45 seconds. I'll be right back.
And we'll
In
get
the
a
meantime,
tour of your location as well. Let's go. Let's have a
yeah.
look at what. Start walking.
No. I'm keeping the laptop here, so you can see the trees behind me. All right, I'm back.
That was quick. Okay.
Yeah, I just turned the light on. I wasn't going anywhere. Okay, so you can see the graphic on the screen, right?
Yep.
So this is the graphic I got from HubSpot. I use HubSpot for my pixel listed portfolio. You can do your pixel listed all things of inbound marketing without HubSpot. Okay, as a matter of fact, there is a blog article that talks about HubSpot versus what? Actually, you know what? No, it's called Frankensoft. Like, you know, Frankenstein. So Frankensoft is a word that HubSpot invented. This is what. So there is a blog article called "How to Build an Inbound Growth Platform Without Using HubSpot," and so HubSpot lovingly calls it Frankenspot. A cross between Frankenstein and HubSpot. Okay, so yes, you can. I have been using WordPress since 2006. I've been using HubSpot since 2017. So not everyone needs HubSpot. It's just this diagram kind of depicts what HubSpot wants you to do. And if in doubt, do what HubSpot wants you to do, because it is a predetermined, well-written, best practices, rules of engagement, a roadmap that will give you an anatomically correct pixel listed portfolio that you will be proud of. And when you do it their way, you're not depending on an Indian technician to tell you what you have to have. You can hire anybody to do this using a well-published, well-articulated benchmark pixel listed portfolio. So let's look at what I would like to recommend as your ideal pixel listed portfolio. I call it eLauncher's authority infrastructure, your publishing platform. Number one, you're going to need a website, 10, 15, 20 page website. You're going to need pillar pages. Pillar page is a deep 2, 3, 4, 5,000 word article with pictures, maybe videos, infographics, or whatever. It explicitly talks about all you want to know about fill in the blank subject. So if you Google everything you want to know about breast cancer, you will probably find some hospital's killer page or American Cancer Society's killer page on the subject of breast cancer. If you say all I want to know about mountain bike, you will probably find a mountain bike manufacturing company's pillar page on that particular subject. So most businesses will have 3 to 4 pillar pages on the subject matter of what they discuss. This is what we call ungated content. We want prospects to come, read, learn, and decide whether or not you are the right person to have this conversation about. Usually, you know more about the subject than what a 3,000-4,000 word article will allow you to display. So what you have is a handful of supporting blog articles that are linking back and forth between the pillar page. So that's called supporting blogs. Now, where are you going to put those articles? You're going to need a blog. Now, after someone reads your blog and pillar page, you want them to you want them to take an action. So that is your call to action. That has a form to capture lead, etc. Sometimes you're doing a campaign where you just want them to go to a particular page, take an action, and when they take that action, you want to take them to the follow-on action. This is called landing pages and funnels. And you want to have your landing pages and funnels built out brand cohesive with your website. You want your blog, website, pillar pages, landing pages, and call to action connected to and integrated with your social media presence. If you're going to put this much effort, then you should at least make an attempt to make the website mobile friendly, search engine friendly, and optimized so search engines will find it. Now, I'm not a search engine optimization guy. I can't even spell SEO. Okay. But you got to be cognizant about search engine being one of the consumers of your website, right? If you're going to put in all this effort, when people come to your website and fill out a form, you should be able to send them an email, right? So you need a marketing automation engine that will at least capture emails and stay in touch with them until they take the next step. And to store all your contact database and automating the Salesforce and sales functionality, you're going to need CRM. And you need a dashboard that tells you what's working and what's not working, so you can turn up the heat on what is working and turn off what is not working. And for that, you're going to need analytics. So that basically is what I call your pixel listed portfolio, or ideal pixel listed portfolio, or we call it eLauncher's authority infrastructure. Yes, in HubSpot, it gets built out brilliantly. Everything under one roof, one umbrella, one system, it does everything. But it is pricey. It's like really pricey. What will cost you in a year, you'll pay in a month. So HubSpot ain't for everybody. So do your research, pick out what tools you want to use. More important, find a person who is going to do this, someone you're willing to trust, and let them pick their technology deck. And you can do Frankenspot. You can actually, if you Google how to build an inbound growth platform without using HubSpot, you will find this beautiful blog that talks about HubSpot is not for everyone. Here's everything you can do. You could do your website, you can do WordPress, Unbounce, Blogger, Instapage, lead pages. You could do for SEO tools, there is a whole set of tools that they talk about. There are social tools, Hootsuite, there are sales CRM, there is Zoho, Pipedrive, Salesforce, there are For marketing automation, there is Infusionsoft, there is ActiveCampaign. It's like you don't need HubSpot to do HubSpotting, but let HubSpot tell you what you should do. Was this helpful?
It's very humbling. I mean, I couldn't have explained this better myself. Some thoughts again, I can imagine people saying, oh my God, that sounds like a lot of time investment. I'm just too busy as a professional. I don't even get time for my family, my kids. I normally skip lunch. I normally have a meal shake, not because I'm money poor, I'm time poor. And I think, so when I'm working with people, I obviously come up with structure in the sense that how do you connect with your market, and how does whatever we're doing come back to creating a right business model that will generate wealth as well, not just income, right? So if you can just share, okay, does this have to be done in one day or one weekend, or for someone who's extremely busy, maybe they what time frame should they have to create this pixel asset?
Yeah. So
let's compare with a house. A house takes 9 months to build. A good solid house can take at least 9 months to build, as much as 2 years, depending on whether you're building a house or a mansion. In your opinion, just to calm people's nerve in case they're worrying and getting anxious about building all this, how much time would it take for them?
So look, first of all, by the way, I'm not looking at my phone checking text or emails. I'm reading my notes. Okay, so I'm not trying to be rude. Okay. Now, answering your question, your family would not expect you to put them up in a place that you cannot afford, right? Your business is like, you do what your business can afford and justify without going in debt. Okay. Let your current state of business determine who, what, when, and how much will be invested on this project. Map it out and be comfortable. You say how long it's going to take. This project only starts, it never ends. You're going to lovingly or grudgingly work on this every day rest of your life, because this is the roadway to your real estate. You're not going to build your office every day. You're not going to have a room built every week or every month, but a cleaning person will come and clean your office every so many, either every day or every week, right? There is upkeep and maintenance. You're going to be periodically get it paint and cleaned and stuff like that. So that's what I mean by this. Your pixel estate portfolio is the most important digital asset you own, and you should not be neglecting it. And that's all I wanted to talk about today.
Fantastic. Okay, thank you for that.
Thank you. So can I tell you what we will do next week? Next call?
You may. Yes.
So on next call, we are going to talk about a concept by Dan Kennedy called shock and awe package and a case presentation package.
And so this is to address a number of questions like, why don't I get the good customers? Why do people make appointments and don't show up? Why don't people trust me? They come to me, but they don't trust me for some reason. When I give them advice to invest in their whatever problem they need to solve upon an appointment, they don't do it, or they take forever to do it. So this is around, just because you have a date doesn't mean they'll trust you.
Yes. Shaukat, can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Do you trust me?
I trust you. Not with my life, but I trust you.
Yeah, why? What makes you feel like trusting me?
I'll
What
tell
have
you
I
why.
done?
Okay, this is a
What have
very
I
good
done to
question.
earn
This is
your
a very
trust?
good question. Well, here's the thing, right? So I've been watching you in Dan Kennedy's $5,000 per person June events, and every single time you get brought up on the stage. That's number one. He talks a lot. He puts you down, but in a joking way. But he really raises you up. Um, you're in the articles. I've heard you on the gold. What do you call it? The gold calls.
Gold CD,
And
yes.
so gold CD calls, right? And so you've been around everywhere. You are the expert implementer for GKIC, or formerly GKIC, now No BS Inner Circle. So I got to know you before I even knew you. So then I got in touch with you because you're highly recommended by my mentor. You're highly respected by my mentor, despite the jokes he makes about you. So straight away, I bought you. You sold me without even knowing me, all the way from Australia while you're in
Exactly.
America.
We never met. You have
And
only
we still haven't met.
experienced my pixel estate.
Exactly. We still haven't met.
Yeah, you have only experienced my pixel estate, and look how far we have come. Do you see the
It's
power?
amazing, isn't it?
Do you see the power of authority infrastructure? So there
You
is a
sold
guy.
me, and this is what people need to understand.
Yeah, so can I recommend a book?
Yep, go ahead.
So Adam Whitty and Rusty Shelton wrote a book together called Authority Marketing. So if anybody wants that book, if you're in America, just reach out to e-launchers and say we want Authority Marketing book, and we'll just ship it to you. I bought like 250 copies of the book. I also have some presentations from Rusty Shelton where he talks about this concept, this phenomenon, on multiple videos far more eloquently than I do, on the whole subject of authority marketing. And Adam Whitty and Rusty Shelton very generously shared a lot of resources that I'm going to be able to share with you. So, in days and weeks to come, there shall be a page on elaunches.com. We are going to call it elaunches.com/EAI. I don't know what we are going to call it, but there will be a page. And if this is going to be on YouTube, I will get you a link so we can put it on the YouTube page. And
This will be YouTube.
This video will end up on that page. But there will be a lot of material that I've been harvesting for this subject, Shaukat. And I will share all that on one page in a comprehensive way. So someone who wants to invest in their pixel estate portfolio, they can go to one pillar page on elaunches.com and read all about what their ideal pixel estate portfolio is going to be. Actually, you know what? I just came up with an idea. That all that information I will put on a page. We are going to call it, let me see if I own that domain. I believe I do. We will see if I do or not. I'm going to log in. Bear with me, Shaukat. And we are going to, I think I own the name pixelestate.com. And if I do, that's where we will put this video and everything else that Adam and Rusty shared with us. How does that sound?
Fantastic. Yep, I think it's a good idea.
Yeah, and we will
And it
put
looks like
all resources in one place.
that's a good idea. Let's do it. Looks like the sun has set in your background. I just like the natural clock going in your background. It was sunny, or not sunny, but it was definitely not dark. and now it's
Now
become
it is
dark.
dark. Now it is dark.
Looks like we're out of time.
Looks like we're out of time. So yeah, let's let's catch up again tomorrow or some other time. Okay, it's 8:22, and let's call it a day or night.
That's good. Nice talking to you, Parthiv. See you in the next video.
See you in the next video.